of TJ Watt off the backside. Has had some frustrating moments with chips and double teams on the edge.
Through you, and he is a powerful guy already.
Out many pass moves, and he disrupts the whole thing, and then coming in at the end, Van Ginkel.
Sandwich here. TJ Watt and Nick Herbig both in the backfield.
Boy, he was lucky to get rid of that football.
Well, you can just see the quickness and the understanding. Center's coming out here.
Don't they watch Thibodeau coming off the edge there, and Juwan Taylor tried to get his speed to get out there on it.
Yeah, it's got all day. He's relentless, and we'll get into some comparisons about the productivity. There's the little chip, and sometimes
might have a chance, but first of all, you're going to have Thibodeau coming around and creating the pressure.
He is a difference maker. Look at that swim move.
Is Armstead coming inside because there's nowhere Stroud can't step up. And so you got the speed of Allen.
Freak for Watt without a sack. It ends here in New England.
They've been waiting for it. Everybody's been talking about it.
Just a great job by Miles, because watch, he's got two guys. They're going to try to block him. You're going to get a little chip, and then you got the tackle in position. But again, Rasheed Walker not able to get back. Rashawn Gary's at the bottom of your screen right there, 52 coming in from that left side. There's another little chip right there. You got to get out quicker. You got to get out quicker.
Of the tackle, the stance of the tackle, he's going to go down in here, and Max is just going to explode. That tight end's not going to cross my face. He sees the whole thing, blows it up, understands that Paul coming across to trap him. He can't get there. Max Crosby
Takes an inside counter move and then has a straight shot on Lamar.
Many guards in all of football that can handle this big guy. He has been their best player on defense for a long time. John Runyon that time, and you know.
Opportunity to get anything going.
Take a look at the former Jet, who Todd Bowles has been saying has been playing the run very well. The first step is extremely explosive, knifes into the backfield.
Job by John Jenkins right in the middle. Glasgow, who was the starter at left guard last year, moves to center this year, and Jenkins just tosses him aside and is able to make the play for the 1-yard loss.
In all of football, you'll see here his replacement, Matt Pryor. It's just a tough matchup. You've got to keep edges.
Now, how about a triple team on Crosby right here at the bottom? Connerly, he slides in, he comes across. They get everybody sliding out to him.
Probably at least the second best player on this defense. He read this all the way.
Couldn't get that arm to flow through, and you see him going against Bucky Irving. Fortunately, Baker Mayfield strong enough to get that ball.
To stay in front, it's these bull rushes. He ends up in front, and he's in between his quarterback.
Give Hines Allen attention. One, you got 43 coming over and 27, and he still gets pressure when you only have a two-man route. That can't happen.
Well, this is why it happens, right? You're going to have three guys. Look at the three guys there on Myles Garrett. Well, that's creating.
Yeah, Puna Fording, you see him down here on the bottom of your screen. He's listed at 5'11". I was a teammate with him in Seattle. If he was 6'1", heck, I think if he was 6 foot, I think people would talk about him.
It's one thing you slide one way. Here you got Dawkins on an island and Brown on the other side. Two very talented tackles, but Chubb able to get home.
And it's coming off the edge. Nobody accounts for him. Hey, that's just too easy. Yaya Diaby would have gotten in there.
Look at this power move right inside. But, you know, Houston is playing almost every snap.
The ball there by Robinson. Straight to the quarterback. Dak actually does a nice job of.
Kayvon Thibodeau, I think, has looked great so far this year. I really do. I don't know if it's the wrestling stuff he did.
How fast he just ran with the ball, but
He wouldn't have run that fast last year or the year before. He dropped a bunch of weight, said he feels night and day different this year, the way that he's moving. We saw him run down Matt Stafford earlier for a big third down stop. And then he gallops free right here. It didn't matter even if somebody was trying to catch him. I'm not sure they would have. Philly blocks 2 field goals in the same game for the first time in 17 years. And they do it to preserve the win. The defending champ. Not always Jackson, and so as he gets up the field, but he just continues to play, and so he works back, pure effort.
like I was saying, there's no doubt you want to get him up there and be able to make some tackles. But, I mean, Creed Humphrey was right there on him, and just, I don't know who he was looking for behind that. But that was a heck of a play.
Nowhere to go and just swallows it up.
And going into this game, Sean.
Leaning on him. Yes, they are. And whatever he may lack in ability, he makes up for just in his tenaciousness and the way in which he continues to compete and battle. Price of playing business, or cost of doing business, excuse me, that he doesn't throw it away.
Over on the right side on Steele. They love this matchup. Steele's given up some pressures this year.
Well, this one's going to be against Alt on the outside. Just watch the pressure coming off the edge. Quick little stutter step and then a zoom around to the outside. And had Herbert been able to feel it, I don't even know if stepping up in the pocket would have been able to avoid that.
It's a really good job by Morris coming off the edge right there and playing the run. Not getting up the field and going to the quarter.
Through back to the 40.
Well, this is just a relentless effort of James coming off this right edge. Watch how Troutman comes out. He initially has good contact. He's got him there, but it's just, he doesn't stop. Derwin James doesn't stop. His motor is always running.
Hops over legally, hops over the offensive line, gets in there, gets a clean block, scoops and scores for the Jets. This is their starting defensive end.
4th and 11.
Watch Salyer just gets thrown right into the lap. As a quarterback, you want to be able to step up in the pocket, but when your right guard is thrown at your feet, there's nowhere to go as Franklin Myers. Benito bringing pressure from the outside.
Yes.
What a job by Franklin Myers to throw Salyer right on his back at the feet of Herbert.
Trent, that's 5 sacks by the Denver defense today.
Oh, yeah, right here off the edge. Unblocked, Stewart into the backfield. DeAndre Swift.
You've got to go north. You don't want to turn around. When you start running toward your own goal line, no, we don't want to do that.
Andrew, he's like, you got me for that? For a penalty? Okay, let me get my money's worth. Let me really hit somebody.
This is what we used to see from Eric Armstead. We mentioned that. Closing down inside.
And then with the extra effort, here comes Byron Murphy, the #1 pick last year at the University of Texas, coming in to get another sack. Had 1.5 at Pittsburgh.
Well, that's exactly what linebackers got to do. The defensive tackles, the big guys up front, the Calais Campbells. I mean, they got to muddy up the picture.
At the point of attack, watch how he just escapes right through the middle. He wraps him up, and James is right there to clean it up.
Going to see Anthony Bell came in from the left of your screen from his safety position.
Into the game, but watch, the tight end's going to block first, and then Pipkins pops out. So not only are you slow releasing the tight end to give more time,
as well as any outside backer in the league right now.
Matlock's coming in motion, and this is where it's going to happen. He comes in motion, so he's one-on-one with Benito. They feel good about this block, but Benito just gets underneath it and around the edge. Matlock's the fullback / defensive lineman that the Chargers have used, and that time Benito.
Their job.
Well, one of the centerpieces of the defensive line, and that's why they re-signed him right before the start of the season. And you see him just sitting there spying.
Well, this is what I was saying, just the stunts, the pressure, the exotic looks. Hard to be a drop back passer against the Vikings.
It was penalties and it was special teams. The big hand inside, number 93,
Shelby
Harris gets the block.
You'll see right here, they like to blitz one of the inside backers. They do, and they run a stunt, which means he's not really going to the quarterback. He's going to hit the tackle.
Yeah, you just watch these guys. They're coming in, again, sending 6 guys on the rush. Levante David right there spying Tyrod Taylor.
Don't block him. Literally, in the A-gap. That's right here, A-gaps. It's the #1 guy you got.
That you don't want to have go down for the Jets. So he gets inside. Bam, he wraps up Bucky Irvin. And you can see immediately he just let go.
Turn on the tape. Is a guy decisive? Does he trust what he sees? And does he go? Look how fast he pulls the trigger. He doesn't give Collins any chance.
Decline it, make it 4th and 6.
Number 51, that penalty is declined. 4th down.
Maybe if this is the first quarter and we've seen what we've seen from the Eagles at that point, but they've shown an ability to hit big plays since then.
Yeah.
Nick Herbig comes in and gets his hand on the ball. Just a ton of pressure from.
He is not able to block Jordan Davis one-on-one. So, again, you throw it on 3rd, great. You're going to run it on 4th, fine. But don't run it right behind the backup right guard who just came in.
No tackles so far this season.
Neville Gallimore, he's working against the right guard, Blake Hance. Remember, Hance is in there for Zeitler, and he ended up stunning.
Just a fumble fest today. But this, Harold Landry putting a hand on the ball, just kind of kicked it out of bounds. Oh.
By Von Miller. Watch him stab this in the chest of 71. That is DJ Glaze. Right here, one hand. He can't get to him and just keep on pushing.
But he came around the edge to force him back into Ellis. Ellis comes up, he beats the back. Oh, there it is. The nice was up.
You'll see him over here. He's just going to go up and underneath and slide into the backfield for a beautiful TFL. It's over pursuit by.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Matthew Stafford does a lot of things at an elite level. He is not at this point in his career a scrambler. He has yet to have a scramble the entire season.
They came with the blitz. There was nowhere to go. Watch this right here. There's the cut. Caden Ellis is right there. Ellis is playing a good football game.
It's right here. Boom, boom. Great timing here. And then at this point, everyone's covered. It took too long.
They're not going to stop. And they understand that there's one player they have to worry about. That's Garrett Wilson. Other than that, they're going to keep coming after Tyrod Taylor. And Antoine Winfield gets in there. That is a nice strip sack, making sure to put emphasis on getting after the football. There's Diaby. He's going to get pressure again on Tyrod Taylor. Goes inside, and obviously Mason Taylor is doing a kind of a check release.
14-year vet, so smart, so savvy. And how many times did he do this in Seattle's practice when Geno Smith was backing up Russell Wilson?
And he's got somebody that's going to double team him, right? Little chip there with the tight end before he goes out. And then Jordan Morgan just again.
Been looking for other linebackers downhill, slashing through the gaps, making plays in the backfield. Really, really nice play by Patrick Queen.
Got some help at the end from Peyton Wilson. The Patriots are deep in their own territory.
To get out here to the edge, and Bobby Wagner, as they slide out, comes right up the gut and gets his former teammate.
And they have as many today.
Well, they're getting it with just 4 guys. If you look across here, it's just a 4-man rush, and I've got to just give hats off to the Commanders from a coverage standpoint. They are locking these up, matching these receivers man to man.
Yeah, he's one of those players that everybody talks about that doesn't play like a rookie. And he has a great feel. I mean, blitzing is not the easiest thing in the
edge pressure. We're going to come here, in here, blitz here. I mean, we're just bringing dudes. Let's bring everybody to the party. They're running. We got guys coming out of the defensive backfield. Everybody, and this is this is feeding frenzy. When you feel good about what you've done on defense, you feel good about your coverage matchups. Hey, man.
You would think it would be similar for Kevin Stefanski as it is for Matt LaFleur to have when number 1's out of the line. Here's my call, right? So
nobody wanted Jalen McCullough. They found him, and he's been a stud through 2 years.
Look, Joe, they're trying to catch the Rams off guard here. None of the offensive linemen getting a stance. And then McCullough, he just comes scot-free. That's Saquon Barkley's man. Barkley is trying to give Pryor, remember, the new right tackle. He's so focused on giving him a chip there on the edge that he takes his eyes off his defender. And Philly tried to go fast.
Geno Smith tried to avoid the rush and brought him down.
Well, they just got pressure all over the place. Off the edge, forces Dorrance Armstrong, forces him to step up into the rest of that rush. And he falls off, slides off, makes the sack right there.
Feel like you'll see Kwity Paye coming off the edge, working against Dan Moore here. Actually, against the tight end Okonkwo, that's not a good scheme, right? You don't want to have Okonkwo to have to block. Feel like you'll see Kwity Paye coming off the edge, working against Dan Moore here. Actually, against the tight end Okonkwo, That's not a good scheme, right? You don't want to have Okonkwo to have to block what Cam's trying to learn, right? Because if you let it roll, guys, there's decent blocking at the start, right? They're trying to crush the pocket, bring it in on him. That's not a comfortable feeling, but that's what an NFL pocket looks like a lot. He needs to step up and deliver the ball to someone. I think he's so used to.
You're going to see an interior stunt here where they're going to cross right across the middle, and Derek Harmon is going to sneak his way up through, and Drake May just has nowhere to go. Weren't even sure if he was going to be able to play in this game earlier this week. Comes in, makes a tackle on the previous play on the running back, now gets a sack in his first.
You're going to see on the right, you're going to get a hook in right here and then the dig that he threw earlier. But the problem is the middle linebacker comes right out there. Logan Wilson does a great job. And this is where Wentz just has to throw the ball away. Learn to eat it and just...
How many times have we heard the name Malik Collins this week on the other side? Come on, where is he? He's right there in between. Beats Elton Jenkins quickly on the loop. He's got a teammate coming right behind him. So a stunt up front gets 2 free runners to Jordan Love.
Mason Graham, the other that was right on the heels of Malik Collins, nowhere at all.
It will go down as a sack for Pittsburgh.
You're going to see Cam Hayward just right here coming up the middle, just a pure bull rush. He's just going to bull rush nobody. Drake May is trying to step up in that pocket, but really nice job by Pittsburgh's defense keeping him contained.
All for his defense, 8 right in the middle. Watch him get downhill, not allowing the center, Aaron Brewer, to be able to climb up to that second level. That's textbook tackle. Great job. His instincts are really what separate him. He's not a big linebacker, 6'1", 225. Ingold matched up one-on-one here. It's a foot race. He's got to be able to get out to the outside and then be able to finish the play off. But it was because he was able to have that.
And this is what you talk about finishing plays. He's going to get jammed up on the initial rush. Boom. Get hit by the back. On the left, they call that lump.
And Houston gets it back in a tie game.
Yeah, Settle is here and just able to get. They had a small window to get the ball to Parker Washington. But listen, I understand being aggressive, but again, I didn't have a lot of high trust.
It's like a freight train. He just runs through everybody. He's going to see this screen and come screaming outside here. Go through the blocker, go through his own guy, make the tackle.
Right here, number 51. You know, he played 60 snaps in that game. He has a motor that goes from first quarter to fourth quarter.
Watching this, Micah Parsons on the outside working against Harold Fannin. And that's something you need a double team on right there. He's a very good run defender.
It comes away with it.
We told you early in the game after Cole Holcomb's forced fumble that they were going to bring him on in run situations. We also said that Jabril Peppers would be brought on in run situations. 2 guys making immediate impacts.